Good morning students. Today I am going to explain you limits of a trigonometric function or limits of trigonometric functions. In previous lecture also I have explained you limits of some trigonometric functions, but there was limit, it was of type limit when x tends to 0 of some trigonometric function like sin x, cos x, tan x, these are. But here I am going to explain you limits of trigonometric functions when limit x tends to a for some values like x tends to pi, x tends to pi by 2, x tends to 1 by 2, something like that. So I would like to explain you then how will you perform. Suppose there is a trigonometric function fx and here limit x tends to a is given, then your process should be your steps. Step 1, just put at the place of x as a plus h. At the place of x in the trigonometric function that is given. Trigonometric functions given. In given trigonometric function, at the place of x, you need to put a plus h. Okay, what is a? Whatever value x tends to given, that is a. And thereafter, what is h? As you know already, h is a very small value when h tends to 0. Now, for example, if limit x tends to pi, suppose sin x it is, then how will you solve? Here, as per step 1, just put at the place of x in trigonometric function a plus h. A is here pi. So limit in next step, limit here in step 2, limit here h tends to 0 f a plus h. In this way there are two steps here, and when you will put h tends to 0, as usual you can solve by using trigonometric properties. Just see, like limit x tends to pi, limit sin x. By second step, here you put x tends to 0 and here at the place of x you put pi plus h. Sin pi plus h. As here at the place of a, what is? It is pi. So a plus h, here pi plus h. This implies that limit h tends to 0, sin pi plus h, sin pi plus theta, what will be? Minus sin theta, minus sin h. This implies that minus will be out, limit h tends to 0, sin h. At the place of h, if you will put 0, sin 0 will become 0. So negative 0 does not have any meaning. So its value will be equal to 0. So before solving, I would like to explain you some trigonometric relations like these are coordinate axis, x-axis, y-axis. As you know, this is your 0 degree, this is 90 degree, this is 180 degree or pi. In radian it is pi, otherwise in 180 it is pi by 2. It is 3 pi by 2 or 270 degree, and this is 360 degree or 0 degree. When you will move in anti-clockwise direction, your angle is always taken as positive, and when you move in clockwise, you take angle as negative. Now how trigonometric ratios changed when angle changed? Just keep in mind. Here this is your first quadrant, this is your second quadrant, this is your third one, and this is your fourth one, right? Here all trigonometric ratios are taken as positive. All trigonometric ratios are positive. Here cos and sec are taken as positive. Here tan and cot are taken as positive. Here sine and cosec are taken as positive, right? So when trigonometric ratios change from one form to another form, in the case of pi by 2 plus minus theta and 3 pi by 2 plus minus theta, only in this situation where theta is a very small angle, in this situation only this sine will change into cos and cos will change into sine. Tan will change into cot and cot will change into tan. Sec change into cosec and cosec changes into sec. Okay. So only in these situations they change to each other. For example, sine pi by 2 plus theta. Now see sine pi by 2 plus theta, where it is. Now it is obvious that sine will change. So sine will change into cos. So you need to write cos. Leaving this pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2, only this theta will appear, theta. Now you have to decide that what sign will come, whether it will be plus or minus. So just go to that quadrant corresponding to given angle and see whether this one is positive there or not. So pi by 2 plus theta, pi by 2 till here, and plus means something addition. That will be in second quadrant. In second, sign is positive. That's why you have to take a positive. That's why it is plus cos theta. When you will take cos pi by 2 plus theta, then obviously cos will change into sine, so sine theta will come. But now go to this angle pi by 2 plus theta, where it is, in which quadrant. Pi by 2 plus something means in second, plus means in anti-clockwise. Here pi by 2 and plus something means you are here. You are in second quadrant this time. So in second quadrant, sine and cosec are positive, rest of them are negative. That's why here it is cos, it is negative here. That's why its sign will be negative. Similarly, for any other, like tan 3 pi by 2 plus theta. 3 pi by 2 plus theta. Go to 3 pi by 2, it is here. 3 pi by 2 and plus theta going ahead. So you are in fourth quadrant now, and in fourth cos and sec are positive. That's why its sign will be negative. Now tan will change. Why? Since only in this situation you have to learn this. These conditions are there in which trigonometric ratios will change. Very most important for this exercise. So tan will change into cot. Therefore minus cot, and now leaving 3 pi by 2 or pi by 2 whatever, only theta will come. So it is theta. Alright. And one more thing. When it will not change, only in this situation it will change, otherwise the trigonometric ratios will not change. They will come as its own. Like in all other cases they will not change. Means in the cases of pi plus minus theta or 2 pi plus minus theta, trigonometric ratios will not change. Trigonometric ratios will not change. Trigonometric ratios will not change. Only sign will change. Only sign will change. For example, if sine pi plus theta, just it is pi plus theta, it means obvious, it will not change, so sin theta will come theta. Just you have to leave pi or 2 pi whatever except theta. So sin theta. Now what will be its sign? Its sign means see, pi plus theta, pi plus, it is till here pi plus theta means you are here somewhere this time. If you are here, this is pi plus theta. So pi plus theta in third quadrant, in third only tan and cot are positive, that's why this sign will become negative. So minus sin theta will be your answer. Okay, by taking some numericals it will be more obvious. Now there is a numerical limit x tends to pi sin 2x upon sin x. How will you solve? Just think. As per process, x tends to a, at the place of a it is pi. So according to first step, what have you to do? You have to put at the place of x what? A plus h means pi plus h. Okay, so it implies that limit, and now these trigonometric functions become in terms of h. So here what is h? In next step you need to write h tends to 0 this time, and here sin. I have told you that at the place of x you have to put x, a plus h. So 2 at the place of x, pi plus h. Okay, divided by sin pi plus h. Now think, it implies that limit h tends to 0 sin 2 pi plus 2h, sin 2 pi plus 2h upon sin pi plus h. Now applying the formula, whether trigonometric ratio will change or not. So in the case of 2 pi plus minus or pi plus minus, trigonometric ratios are not going to change, only their sign may change. Okay, so sin 2 pi plus something in first quadrant, just see, 2 pi means one complete circle and plus something more, means you are in first quadrant. So in first quadrant all of the trigonometric ratios are positive, that's why this will also be positive. So it will come sin 2h divided by what will be here? Here it will be sin pi plus h, pi till here, something here in third quadrant. I have told you in third quadrant tan and cot are positive, so sign will become negative. So minus sin h, right? That implies that minus limit sin 2h upon, we can write here sin theta upon theta means 2h into 2h. Okay, or okay, let me explain you here. Sin 2h upon 2h, so divided by this one is limit h tends to 0, here also h tends to 0, sin h upon h. So see here, you are required 2h upon, so into 2h, since it was not here upon 2h, and here h and into h. That's why, see, if h tends to 0, then multiplying both sides, 2h into 2 into 0 also 0. So limit sin theta upon theta, theta tends to 0, this whole quantity will become what? 1. And similarly limit h tends to 0 means theta tends to 0, sin theta upon theta, this will also become 1. So it implies that it is minus 1 into this h and h cancel out, so into 2 upon it is 1. So your answer is minus 2. Your answer is minus 2. Okay. Now some more questions. some more numericals. Sin x upon x minus pi, sin x upon x minus pi, here limit x tends to pi. See how can we solve? Again limit x tends to 0 here, at the place of x putting a plus h. In sin, at the place of x a is pi plus h, sin pi plus h, upon at the place of x pi plus h, it is minus pi. So what will happen? It will become limit h tends to 0, sin pi plus theta minus sin theta, minus sin h upon this pi cancel out h. Sin h upon h is 1. Here it is minus 1. So minus 1 is your answer. Some more questions like limit x tends to pi, 1 plus cos x, 1 plus cos x upon x minus pi, x minus pi, here limit x tends to pi. It implies that limit h tends to 0, at the place of x what will you do? You have to put pi plus h. So 1 plus cos pi plus h divided by pi plus h minus pi. So this pi cancel out, and it implies that cos pi plus h in third quadrant. So limit h tends to 0, 1 minus cos h upon h. Now applying the formula of cos 2 theta, this limit h tends to 0, 1 minus here 1 plus 2 sin square h by 2 divided by h. Now see this 1 cancel out. It implies that limit h tends to 0, 2 sin square h by 2 upon h. Now multiplying and dividing by h in numerator and denominator, it will be like this, and here it is h by 2. So here by 2 into 2, one more by 2 into 2. Do you know why I am doing so? I am just going to make it sin theta upon theta. Okay, and since it is in square form, so this total can be written as sin h by 2 upon h by 2, this limit h tends to 0, then h by 2 will also tends to 0, this whole square. Okay, this is, it is in square, here it is also in square, and here this 2 and 2 cancel out, outside 1 by 2, and then after limit h tends to 0 into h, limit h tends to 0 into h. So this is 1 by 2 into it is 1 square, it is 1, so square of 1 is 1, and here h tends to 0 into 0, this whole will become 0. Okay, in this way your answer is 0. So one more question, we are solving. The previous question was from exercise 18h, it was first question. Here it is 7th question from that exercise. Again by the same way, just putting at the place of x 1 plus h. So limit x tends, now h tends to 0, here 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus h upon sin pi 1 plus h minus 1. It implies that here taking LCM, 1 plus h minus 1 upon 1 plus h, okay, and in bracket sin 1 cancel out, so pi h, here this 1 cancel out, so it implies that limit will still be there. S tends to 0. So limit S tends to 0, h upon sine, it is h, sine pi h, here 1 plus h. So see, here sine theta, it is sine pi h. We can write here sine theta upon theta. This h we can write like this also, upon h. But sine theta upon theta should be there. Here at the place of theta it is pi h, but here only h. So multiplying and dividing by pi. Okay. In this way, what can you write? Limit 1 upon limit this h tends to 0. So pi h will also tends to 0. So sine this pi is outside. Here sine pi h upon pi h into in the 1 upon like this. Okay. Here in denominator limit h tends to 0, 1 plus h. So putting these values here, what you will get? 1 upon, it is 1 upon this pi. Now see, limit theta tends to 0, sine theta upon theta. This whole quantity will become what? 1 into 1 into. And here putting at the place of h as 0, 1 plus 0. So your final answer is 1 upon pi into 1. So your final answer is 1 upon pi. This is your answer. In this way you can solve all other questions. I will try to make another lecture video from this exercise by taking some more numericals. Thank you so much.